Alrighty you guys, well just like that, with all that happened through the last summoning video. I was supposed to drop this video hours ago, but I'm only just getting now to do it, of course. Plus I wanted to try out MIWA, but yeah, just did an extra multi and a couple of singles, and on the Gojo animation she then appeared. So that was a W, we'll take that. Okay, so this is where I've got her at right now, 5777, only got to grade 10 to level 100, just kind of being wary of my resources I've got. I haven't done anything in the potential system for her. To be fair, I haven't really fully looked into this character just yet, so I thought I'll do it right here and now. So, green attacker, so it seems green units are going to be getting a nice little touch up. The only thing that I've heard about this character is that when Mekamaru drops, there's going to be, well, the correlation between the two characters is going to be pretty solid team-wise, and this also helps out a lot more for the affiliation group for the characters themselves, because they do work off one another to actually do more damage. So that could be a potential meta, maybe, possibly. It's looking like on paper it does look like it. So with this new MIWA, she is a green attacker. Becomes stronger when paired with the Kyoto Jujutsu High student characters, so this actually works out beautifully for myself, because then I can utilize MIWA, Mekamaru, Momo. The last character, we'll have to figure out what I want to do if I want to maximize this buff. But moving along, when it comes to the first skill, deals 87.50. I think I've got it at level 5, so that's at 105, caps at 130. If counter state is active when the skill is used, increases own count by 3. After the skill is used, cancels own counter state and simple domain state. So this is a MIWA character that works off from a counter that you build up, and then ultimately, yeah, once you build up to a certain amount, then you can really reap the rewards from. So when it comes to the whole buffing, it stems from the second skill, 20 cursed energy, increases own taijutsu by 13%, it's at level 7, so I got it at 17, caps at 20. Activates own counter state for 2 turns, and then activates simple domain state. If own battle count is 15 or above when skill is activated, after applying taijutsu damage increase, it deals 268 melee damage to all enemies. So 15 count. It sounds like a lot, and I mean it is a lot. So it's something that you build over time. I don't know how quick it's going to be, because I've actually not. I think. Yeah, I've not hit the 15 count. Well, then again, the enemy dies quick enough. But you can cap it at 300% in terms of the damage output. So that's the 15 or above battle count when using this skill in particular. Counter state activates up to 1 time during the turn. When target by an enemy's single target melee attack, deals 100% taijutsu damage to the attacking enemy, multiplied by a certain amount if own counter is below 10. When countering, deals 177.92, and then if own battle count is 10 or above, when countering, deals the same amount of damage. So I don't understand. Yeah, so it's like, so mine's at 166, so it's the same amount regardless. I mean, I guess that's a good thing. That way there's no pressure. Skill 3 deals 282, 374, 420 of melee damage. It's a 3 hit, increases own critical hit rate by 17%, caps at 20%. This gives you an increase of 2 count. After the skill is used, cancels own counter state and simple domain state. If own battle count is 10 or above when this skill is activated, activates own counter state for 2 turns and then activates its simple domain. Oh, okay, so it's a nice little cheat code, not having to rely on the second skill. So this could be a fairly this is a bit of a big W. And then once again, yeah, you do get the counter mechanic popping off too. So having not relying on this, you can just go straight into this, but you need your counter at 10. And then the ultimate, I'm at level 7, so 749, caps at 899. Melee damage, 3 hits, attracts the enemy attack for 1 turn, 1 time. So this is the only provoke that she has, which is not the best. The fact that it's on the ultimate, that's the only slight little disadvantage that I'm seeing. Increases own taijutsu by 17. Okay, so cap at 20, caps at 20 for 3 turns. Activates own counter state for 2 turns. Activates simple domain, and then increases your count by 3. And then again, you've got the counter attacking state activated. So the ultimate just really just pops off, to be honest. So that's not too bad. But I think that correlating that with the third skill is going to be needed. Yeah, third skill to the ultimate. Combination, you get 30% damage dealt, okay, and then 100% melee damage to a selected enemy, And then this is the crazy thing. This character has a ridiculous amount of passives. So this is what a lot are kind of praising her for. She's decently well, by the way. So when it comes to the passives, while counter state is active, when targeted by an enemy, single target melee attack deals 100% taijutsu multiplied by a certain amount of counter damage. Multiplier differs based on skill used. We know of this. Skill domain. When skill domain state is active, applies the following effect to self. Decreases on Jujutsu damage received by 20%. Nullifies effect applies from enemies. Domain expansions. When counter state is deactivated, simple domain state is also deactivated. Wait, that's actually fairly decent. What the hell? Okay, hold up. Battle Swords Drawing. At the start of each turn, applies effect to self based on battle count 1 turn. 1 count of or above increases own taijutsu by 11%. 4 count or above increases own ultimate gauge charge by 14%. 18 counts or above increases own critical hit damage by 50%. 24 counts or above increases own cursed energy consumption efficiency minus 5 cursed energy cost. Okay. The higher the own battle count is, the higher the damage, and the ultimate skill gauge charge rate will increase. For every 1 battle count increases by 1%, maximum increase at 40 battle count, so maximum increase is 50%. Increases own battle count when utilizing skills can only increase when at 39 count or below. Okay, and then the final passive, I love my relationship with everyone right now. At the start of each turn, increases own damage special 1 turn. The more characters of Kyoto students, oh okay, hold on a minute, I do want to check this out. So if you've got 1 character, self included, so realistically MIWA really will give herself that 20%. So with me running Momo, I've got the 30%. With me running Momo and Mekamura, I've got the 40%. And then if we can maximize that final character, then that 50 will be huge. Okay, there's a lot going on for this character. Obviously they've decided to keep the countering mechanic for MIWA. If you guys don't know, that's kind of like the you know, the character in general and how she is done within Jujutsu Kaisen Phatom Parade. MIWA is a countering type user. They've done it with her SR version, they've done it with the SSR version, being the blue version of course, and they're continuing it to do it on the green version. With the green version, the only thing that I'm really seeing is that she only has her taunt on the ultimate, which is kind of a bit of a downside. And the only also other thing that I'm seeing is that this character is more so for a longevity of a fight, a long-term fight, a fight that has turns. She needs a bit of a build-up, clearly, as it states with the high amount count required. Even with it just being 15-10, you know, that is a fair amount, so you do need some turns being kicked in for her to actually start kicking ass, or building up her damage output. So there's that. But outside of that, no, she's a solid unit. I don't think she would be chase worthy when she drops on global, personal opinion. But for right now, this is technically my second MIWA. I've never used an SSR version of her, so I'm going to go have some fun with her now. Alright, so just before I get ahead of myself, when it comes to the memory card, so Jujutsu 31, Taijutsu 21, HP 20, this is actually really good for her. So so when you use command or ultimate skill, she gets an 80% increase on her Taijutsu. It's only for 1 turn, and then obviously LB3 you get 85. If you get the additional 1 dupe, which I have, at the start of the turn, if counter state is active, increases own damage dealt by 30%. So this is extremely good specifically for MIWA, clearly, with how that is kind of being worded. Outside of that, if you've got any type of taijutsu or damage dealt, you can always resort to using those for her. That's what I would suggest. And then I'd also mention this was through the event. So 26.6 across the board, and then when Commander Ultimate Skill is activated, increases own resistance to disruption effects by 100%. And then on the LB3, decreases own damage received by 10%, and then on LB1, increases own damage dealt by 5%. This could be handy, I guess, if there's any type of disruption being caused in a certain fight. I could see this. Then against a 9-turn cooldown, this only has 1 usage, I'm gonna be honest. Outside of that, it's cooked. It really is. So in order to buff up the battle count, I have to use skill 2, or I can use skill 3. It just depends if I want to go on the offensive and get my buffs, or if I want to stay on the defensive and rely on the counter. Obviously I can't utilize getting the battle count from here because I need to be in the counter state. So I guess the best play would be to do skill 2 and then rely on skill 1, because at the end of the day that 20 cursed energy is also a bit of a pain in the ass. So that being said, putting Yuki in the back might not have been the best. Maybe I should actually throw him in the front. There we go. God damn, alarm going off. Okay, we're good. We're chilling. So we actually got tagged right there, which was beautiful. Exactly what we wanted. Actually, you know what? Let's do this, and then we can do, because we're in the countering state. We've got 4 already built up. So if I use this will cancel out my counter state, but this will give me +3. Bit of an awkward way on how to play this character, I will say. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so there we go. So what are we on right now? Okay, I mean, we're at 7. God damn. Okay. Actually, you know what? We don't need to do anything crazy here. So we'll just do this, and then yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so now we should be at. Okay, we're still at 7. That's fine. Right. Let's do this. Do this. Ah, you're gonna kill, aren't you? Okay. If I do the 3rd skill, how much do I get? No, so the 1st skill will always give me an extra 1. These 2 will always give me 2, so I'm going to have to resort to using this. So that's exactly what we will do. Oh, do I still have my... Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, I actually have to make this quick work, because obviously Gojo's not going to be in here the whole time, so... we will drop... Yeah, I want to keep up with this. This is going to be my best bet to get a build up going on. Gojo, do your thing. Okay. Now we will drop this. Don't need to do that. Drop that. There we go. Get everyone buffed up. Get it cooking. Gojo's done his thing. I don't think we'll be able to. I mean, yeah. In a very, 49 counts. Damn, the longevity is going to be crazy on this. Okay. Don't want to drop the ult just yet. Don't drop it just yet. Can do that. We'll do that. So we're at a 9 count. This should give us our ult. Yeah. So obviously the charge rate is helping us out. So by being at 9 count, I mean, this will just help our count out even more with the ultimate. The ultimate will give us an increase of what do you call it? 3. Jesus. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't speak that. Okay, so I'm gonna activate this now. So this will give us 80%, and then we're at, okay, we've got. I mean, there's a lot going on for this character with the amount of buffs that we can claim. So that's also a bit of a dub. We are making use of MIWA's presence here, so there's that 30% in action. So we'll drop the ult. So the ult itself, I mean, I should technically lean it with the 3rd skill. Screw it, we'll just do it. We'll just do this. Why not? So from this, we will do. What was it? 600? No, 749. Okay. Let's see how much this does. What was that? 600k. So there's the counter being applied. And we've added provoke now, but if the enemy's still stunned, then this was kind of useless. Okay. You can quite easily drop a mill with her. I just need to work on her a tad bit more. And that's kind of where the threshold I kind of want to get her at. But she's doing decently okay-ish right now. There's a lot being placed in for her, buff-wise. It's kind of cracked, I'm not going to lie. Okay, let's do this, do that, and how... Okay, so we're at 12 count now, so I will activate... Actually, hold on a minute. Do I want to do that? No, because I'm at a 12 count, I can now utilize my 3rd skill. Because if you're at 10 count or more, it activates the counter state and the simple domain. So once we're at that 10 mark, then we can really go on that offensiveness and not have to rely on the buff. Although if I did want to activate the 2nd skill, it's best to activate it at 15 or above. Yeah, I like that. Because once you hit that 15 above mark, then you can start applying damage, and it becomes AoE. So we'll do this. Okay, I'm just gonna heal just for the sake of it. Why not? Drop that. We go again. So yeah, I'm gonna need to run a character with that gives me cursed energy. There we go. 200. Counter's been applied. We're at 16 now. So now we can utilize the second skill, but we don't have any cursed energy. Oh god. Nice, you went for the completely wrong character. Hey, Yuki should be coming in. Yes. Yes. Nice. Perfect. Beautiful. That's exactly who I want. Okay. So we're going to do this. So now this becomes AoE because we're at a 16 count. So let's pop this off. Let's see how this works. This should give us offensiveness. There it is. Damn, quick little 160. Nah, we'll take that. So there's that little play around room right there. Got the nice little break. Keep going with that. And we'll keep applying the third skill, because of course by applying the third skill it does give us the critical rate increase of 17%, as well as the did we not get a... Oh my bad, no, sorry, I thought we got the Taijutsu increase. No, we don't, okay. Do this, do that, we go again. Okay, slowly building it up, Yuki. I mean, I don't know what Yuki's going to be doing for his ultimate, but it is what it is. Because she's freaking Taijutsu! Okay, it's fine. Do that. I mean, I'm not going to be doing anything with that, so I'm just going to rely on this. And then we'll go again. What count are we on? 20! God damn! So yeah, 14 turns, 20 count. That's kind of... Yeah, this is definitely a build-up character. Without a shadow of a doubt, this is definitely a build-up character. So 700k, just her alone. Not too bad, not too bad. So it's... Oh, I wouldn't say it's awkward, but that's kind of how this character is working in particular. So a bit of a weird one, because there is a certain strategic play that you have to play by, because it is building up the count. The more you build up the count, the better that she becomes, and the longer the fight, clearly the better that she becomes. The counter state only activated one time, so that's the only downside. If you're going to build a countering type character, you want to implement some form of taunt, so that way she can either focus fire whilst dishing enemy damage back. The only provoke that she has is through her ultimate. You can rely on doing it with the recollection page, but you really want to leave that for doing more damage. That's kind of like the biggest downside, I will say, to having a character like that. You know, you kind of want to have that particular effect accessible through either 1 to 3 skills, right? But unfortunately it's just placed on the ultimate, and even with the charge up rate for the ultimate, it is a bit of a slow build up, I will admit. So yeah, that's kind of like my overall thought. I believe from what the JP players are saying is that she's more on the high A tier, and I've only seen a few people mention to say that she might be low tier as possible, which I think is a respectable amount, honestly. If they kind of made it in the similar way as like the blue version, kind of like having that slight little tankish counter-attacking role, then I think things could have been slightly more different, maybe, potentially. But just kind of having that offensiveness power and that little build-up, and then requiring to be of a long-term type character, there are some drawbacks. You know, in situations where you need that, then okay, fair enough, she can really pick up the pace. At a later time, you know, just keeping up that longevity, that counter state also will help out tremendously, especially with the amount of passes that she's got going on. Really smart on the developers, very smart on the developers to do that for this character, of course. In terms of a quick battle, you know, trying to nuke, get it done, you know, 3 turns, 4 turns and you're out. That is not this character, nowhere near it. This is a character that is built for war, built for battle, built for longevity, and that is where you're going to most get the best out of it. In terms of what form of correlation that she'll have with Mekamaru and how they'll work with one another, in terms of obviously getting the damage increase, that's going to be fantastic. But yeah, we'll see what happens in terms of the support play if that's what she can do. Who knows? I mean, Mekamaru to me personally is coming across as a bit of a DPS character, so to have double up on the DPS, kind of insane in the membrane. But with that being said, I think the only Kyoto Jujutsu high school character that we really need at that point is just another support. And then I think at that very given moment we'll be cooking with gas, because then MIWA will be in the 3rd slot, Mekamaru will be on the 4th slot, Momo will be in the 1st or 2nd slot, and then the last support will be in, again, the 1st or 2nd slot. That will pretty much be the team comp. But for right now, yeah, 2nd or 4th slot is where you want to maximize. I mean, I might stick her on the 4th slot just to kind of make her more of a like a persuade, to kind of make the enemy hit her.